Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. My name is Erica and I am the Lopsided Crafter. You can find me on all the socials as either the Lopsided Crafter or Lopsided Crafter, and we have our own website, thelopsidedcrafter.com. I have an unboxing. Did a little quick order from Premier Yarns, and I say quick because I live in the Carolinas, so once it ships, I usually get it within one day of it shipping. So it was a quick order for me. I am going to show you what I got, and we're going to go from there. So they now have these Premier sock kits. And I did get 3 different ones, and I'm going to do a separate video of actually opening the kit and showing you what all comes in it. So be looking for that in the next couple days. But this one is called Citrus and Sunshine, and that is the colors of the yarn. It's like a yellowish orange, and then it's got some red and orange in the other color. These are a super fine #1 yarn, and they are 50% superwash merino, 25% rayon from bamboo, and 25% nylon. I do know that they come with a crochet pattern and a knitting pattern. There's a QR code on the back of the bag to get to the sock pattern, which is on the website. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to do a separate video on these, go into more detail about this. This is something new that they just started offering. The next color that I got was Purple People, which is this lime green, and then this one has purples and blues and greens in it. And then I got Happy Hour, which is purple and looks like a cream purple and green. These were like, I think $29.99 maybe. Not a bad, maybe even $25.99. I didn't think it was a bad price for socks. And that's about the average that you would pay for a hand-dyed yarn for socks. So there we go. I have 3 of those. And then the main reason why I went on to the website and made an order was because they were having a sale on their Premier Home Cotton. As of the filming of this video, March 19th, 2025, the Premier Home Cotton is on sale 3 for $4, which makes it a little over $1 a skein, which is a good price. They're normally $1.99 each, which is still a good price, but 3 for $4 is even better. And what I like about it, when you order the amount that's in the bag, now of course you really don't know unless you order from them all the time what the quantities are in a bag, but they will ship them in the bag, which I like that because it's definitely easier for storage. So this color is Fruity Stripe. So it's purples and white, and it looks like a little bit of a magenta in there. This one is Red Speckle, which is just your, red and white. This one is Robin Egg, which that's a very pretty color. It's greens and blues and white. Then we have aquamarine speckle, which is teals and greens and white. And then finally we have blueberry speckle, which is purple, blue, and white. So a little bit about these. They are all 96 yards, 55 grams. It is 85% recycled cotton and 15% polyester. So I got, those are the those are the 5 different colors that I got. Whenever I am working on a new stitch tutorial to see if it's going to work on the loom, I like to use the cotton because number one, it's not a high dollar yarn, although I know, you know, different yarns will look different as far as your drape and things of that nature. But by using the cotton yarn on the loom to see if a stitch is going to work, I'm not only creating that stitch, but I'm also creating a dishcloth that I can put in my pile for either a gift or for my own kitchen. So I always like to use the cotton first to see if it's going to work. Then if I decide that the stitch is going to work on the loom, then if I am, say, wanting to make a scarf or a blanket or something with that actual stitch pattern and stitch repeat, then I will go a step further and make a swatch with the yarn that I want to use. So cotton's always good to have, at least, you know, in my opinion. I know that sometimes cotton can be rough on your hands. Carrie and I from the Happy Crafty Homemaker, hi Carrie, we're talking about that the other day, that you know, cotton being rough on your hands. I think with loom knitting, with the way that you hold the yarn differently than you do when you are crocheting or knitting, the cotton doesn't seem to be as rough on your hands because you are actually moving the yarn instead of letting the yarn, you know, glide over your fingers. So if you've been skeptical about trying the cotton yarn because you have crocheted or knitted with it and it's bothered your hands, you might pick up a ball and just try it on the loom and see if it works for you. Now, I will say, you know, just like with any other project, if it's crocheting or knitting or loom knitting, you know, the cotton still doesn't have a lot of give. That doesn't change the fact whether, you know, which craft you're using. Is the yarn content is the yarn content. But I feel that the cotton does really good on a knitting loom. You will see in the next couple weeks that I actually have 2 new stitch patterns coming out that were made with cotton. So if you want to take a look at those when they do come out, maybe you can see the difference. It is not the Premier Home cotton that I used. I did use the Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton brand. But it, like I said, it'll give you an idea of what it looks like on the loom. So yeah, that is my little haul. Actually, you know what? I've got one of the swatches sitting right here. This was made with the, I love this cotton. And this is the acorn stitch. And I did this on the loom. Still has nice stretch. Nice durability. So yeah. Like I said, this stitch pattern itself will be coming out in the next week or so. It's already been filmed, edited, and uploaded, but it is on the docket for the near future. But yeah, I really like it. When you're working on the loom with the cotton, like I said, it doesn't stretch very well. And so it's a little harder to maneuver the stitches. But, you know, I show you step by step how to make this stitch on the loom. And, you know, how to accommodate the moving of the stitches for the, I believe this one has a purl 3 together in it and a couple yarn overs in each, like, looks like every 4 to 5 rows off the top of my head. So, yeah. So, like I said, look for that in the next couple weeks. That was my little yarn haul from Premier Yarns. And if you want me to do a more exclusive or closer, a more close-up review of the Premier Home Cotton on the Loom for you, please let me know. And be looking in the future for a video on the sock yarn kit exclusively. I'm going to take them out, take one out of the bag. We're going to look at the yarn. We're going to look at all what comes all in the kit. Anyway, until next time, happy crocheting, happy knitting, and happy loom knitting. Bye.